All right, we're back. What's up? So, huge thing. We're about to go over a ton of stuff that I've done on this truck in the past few weeks because, everybody knows the whole COVID-19 coronavirus has been going on. Work slowed down. My boss was super cool and said, you can bring your truck up to work and work on it. Well, there's nothing to do because we literally had days when I would sit around and do absolutely nothing. So I was able to work on the truck and I knocked out a lot of stuff. Now, some of the stuff is going to look like spaghetti, but don't worry because it's all going to be getting covered up and getting re-ran. So just follow along. All right, so first things first. As you can see, the big bracket, it's gone. Got the older style 86 and older alternator bracket. Went and I got myself a GM one-wire alternator and just put the belt on now. As you can see, all the pulleys are on. The water pump is actually on with a gasket. I've got my upper hose. Everything is bolted down top end. As you can see, my carburetor, I've got throttle linkage, I've got kickdown cable, I've got a smaller brake booster, and I've got wires out the wazoo. So, I ordered this. So fuse block, got it. So all this stuff is ran infused, so I don't burn the truck to the ground because I'm pretty good at doing stuff like that. As you can see, my battery's down on the battery tray because it's too weak to hold the battery. It bolts into the front end. So that's where the battery's sitting right now. But I just got my alternator wire hooked up. We're going to see if it charges, but just kind of want to go over everything with you. As you can see, that's not the same distributor that I had in the truck. The other distributor is over there somewhere. So this distributor is a true GM one wire with an internal coil. The one that I had, my ignition system was not working, and I fried 2 coils, both of those right there behind that tire. So I just had to totally restart the ignition. So the ignition now is completely done and it runs. This, as you can see, the fuel system is complete all the way up to the carburetor. Had a small issue with a leak down here at the bottom, but that's all fixed. As you can see, I've got my fuel pressure gauge on there and everything's going good. Don't worry about this. That's just to hold the choke open because it has warmed up a little bit. Obviously, I'm not letting it run too long because I don't have any coolant in it yet, but we are getting there. The front end will be going on this weekend. And honestly, since the beginning of the last video that you just watched to now, it's probably been about 5 weeks. There's been a lot of stuff going on. It's been so hectic and chaotic, and I've forgotten to videotape some of this, so I'm just trying to catch you guys up on some stuff. Let me move into the interior and show you guys what's going on in there. And here we are, again, a little bit of spaghetti mess, but I'm working on it. All right, so made myself a little fuse panel, and it holds the circuit breaker, fuel pump relay, and starter relay. I've got my switch panel in, wired. The 2 switches over there and the start button actually work. My oil pressure gauge works. My tach works. But all my interior stuff is still ran off the key, and so is the shifter and steering wheel. So I still do have to have all that in for it to be working. What I'm working on, what are these wires for, is for my fuel sensor, or my fuel level sensor, which I just ran yesterday, and I've got to just mount this to the dash somewhere. I'm making my own little bracket for it. But that's just kind of what's going on. I did a twisted pair to the rear, 2 sets, one for the fuel pump and one for the fuel sensor, and I can show you that right now. It's again a jumbled mess, but as you can see, fuel sensor, fuel pump, they both go a twisted pair underneath the engine, or underneath the truck. I've got about 5 gallons of fuel in the cell. We've been tightening fittings here and there that we've been finding leaks, and we are getting really close. But that's just kind of the main updates. Everything works on the truck, and right now I'm going to see if it actually charges. But before I do that, I want to show you the exhaust. All right, so I went online and got myself a stainless 3-inch do-it-yourself exhaust kit. It came with 2 90-degree bends, 2 45-degree bends, 2 180-degree bends, and 2 straight pipes. These are about 4 feet long. As you know, I've already got my race bullets. I've got those mounted up. I do have a slight issue with this hitting the trans mount. I just have to get a little mount for that. But just going with it. So I had to bend around the trans mount here. 2 45s, had to cut down the 45 and cut down this. All that fits really nicely. This thing sounds awesome. And as you can see, I've got my 2 twisted pairs that run from all the way over there, if you can see, all the way down the frame rail, and then goes up into the body of the bottom. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. let's see, what else have I been, oh, I got new tires, or lightly used tires for the front. As you know, the front ones were going flat on me a lot. I remachined the rotors. You can't really see it inside. You can see a nice little fresh face, kind of. I got new black lug nuts. I remachined the rotors, put new pads, and got new front calipers, bled it, because the front caliper was seized on this side. So I just got new ones for both sides, and I've got that smaller brake master, or brake booster, so I can clear my valve cover. So we've got that going. And that's kind of all that's been going on the bottom of the truck. But now I'm going to throw it down and see if I can get some charging voltage out of this thing. Oh, I do have to turn the key on so I can see. The only gauge that works is that one. So I'm going to throw that in. So it says I've got probably close to 12 volts. I'm going to turn ignition on, fuel pump, give the gas a couple times, and not quite charging yet. So we're gonna figure that out now. Alright, so I'm gonna call it a night there. The video, or when I cut out, you saw it wasn't charging yet. I had to do some research and found out I had to run a wire from the charging cable to the alternator. Now, boom, I got a solid 13.9, 14.1. So the car is charging. The dash actually reads that it's charging, which I can show you, or which I'll show you tomorrow. But the truck runs pretty dang good. I've got a few things wrong. I've got two small exhaust leaks, so gotta fight those. But all in all, the truck is coming together really well. So therefore, you'll see me back tomorrow. What's up, guys? We're here, and as you can see, we're in a junkyard. There's a good reason for that, because I'm missing some parts, and there's some parts that I've been needing, and we're here to find them. I'm here with my good boy Phil. There he is. And we actually literally already found what we need. So right here, we got ourselves an old Ram charger, and this piece right here is literally what I'm looking for. It's a kickdown bracket, or kickdown rod, as the guy called it up front. And then,
style of that shifter.
I know, freaking
Oh my god.
full drive shifters back in the day were awesome looking. But we are here and also found a set of headlight harnesses as well. So we're gonna be looking for a few more parts, but there's a lot of cool stuff out here. And like this straight six, freaking old Ram, a lot of cool stuff out here. But we're here getting parts so we can get the truck running today. So you'll see more action, more to come. We have been booking. Not really, but we also have. So, as you can see, the freaking front of the truck is back on, and I'm excited because this is what we've been waiting for. And I'm gonna show you all the stuff we've been doing because we've been actually making good progress. As you can see up here, we got coolant hoses, we got belts, we got alternators, wires, and stuff everywhere. I've got all my spaghetti loomed up to where you can't see it. We're getting all ready. I've got my fan relay all wired up. Look at this, guys. I can actually bolt my battery tray in now, so I can put my battery where it goes. Super cool stuff. More stuff. We're redoing my fan shroud because it came out great. This is just really thin sheet aluminum. Cut it out. This fan is out of an old Cherokee, but it hit a little bit, so we had to space it up more. It might still again, but we're just gonna try and send it, see what we can get out of it. Fuel cell has got 5 gallons in it. All of that is there. I wired up my gas gauge. Check this out, guys. You guys are gonna love this. Boom, gas gauge. It actually does work, but right now there's no power to it, so therefore it's not working. I just gotta clean up a few wires, relume some stuff, and then the interior is almost done. I wired up my accessory switch number 3 or 2 to my fan, and we're just rocking and rolling with it here, guys. This thing, wow, wow, it's been a hot minute since I've seen that. It's actually been 9 months since we took the front end off this car, and we are freaking excited. But yeah, this is how we're at, and I'm gonna keep on time-lapsing until this thing starts to move on its own. What's up, guys? We are still cranking right now. So my boy Phil is finishing up the shroud. We had to space it out. We got it going. We had to make an extra bracket. We got music in the background. We are yee-yeeing and cruising our way to get this thing to move today, hopefully, if all goes well. So main things we have left to fill out or to run are our hoses, my tranny cooler lines down there, and then test the fan and make sure it turns on and works. And then, guys, we're there. We're almost there. So that's kind of what we got going on right now, guys. We're moving. I know it's been a lot since just the beginning of this video to now, in the beginning of part 1 as well. Like, I'm sorry that I didn't get to videotape as much as I wanted to, but guys, look at this. Even got a fresh, clean grill. We are ready to rock and roll almost, but we're getting there. I haven't seen this view in 9 months. And I'm not talking about Andre laying underneath it. I'm talking about the grill. This is crazy, guys. The front end is on. Literally have not seen this in 9 months, and it's crazy to think that. So we're still booking. We're gonna put the bumper on. The radiator's in, guys. The radiator's in. We're working on trimming some hoses. Oh, my boy Andre down there. We got our upper hose. I gotta get a radiator cap. Didn't even think about it. But we're cruising. Upper hose is trimmed. This will be the first time it's ever had coolant inside of it. The trans cooler will be hooked up. We are just moving. I'm about to wire up the fan and America.
Dr. Pepper Andre? Yes, please.
This guy.
Thank you, man.
All right, we're still cruising. We're still moving. We are getting, I'm finding a keyed on 12 volts. We're doing vacuum lines for the booster. We got our inline fuse over there for our fan. Our fan's wired up. We're about to test that. This thing's about to move, possibly under its own power for the first time in over a year. Over a year, because it didn't move in and out of my driveway under its own power. So, but we are still moving, guys. We're gonna go back to a time lapse so y'all can see what's going on. All right, we got coolant going in. We've got temp sensor. We've got all our hoses. We've got well, we got to wire up the temp sensor. We've got almost everything buttoned. We've got nice valve cover, breather, and oil cap. We tried to test our fan and we blew a fuse. So we're gonna run next door and get a fuse, but we're making good progress. First time coolant is ever going in the engine, so this is gonna be fun, guys. Let's go. There's a lot of stuff that's just gone on that we have no idea what just happened. Short story, I had to get a new intake manifold and thicker gaskets because the intake manifold would not hold a set of intake gaskets. Just leaking coolant everywhere, leaking vacuum everywhere. Truck wouldn't want to run anywhere under 1500 RPM. But as you can see, it's no longer in the bay, it's out there. It's got coolant, it's got oil in it, it's ready to move. So we're gonna check a couple things on it, torque it, do a couple things, and we're gonna go on a test drive. But we're gonna go put some gas in this truck across the street. We're gonna go out on the highway. It's gonna be scary, but I'm excited. Eight weeks it's been.
Yeah.
There's a whole story, I'll let you know later, but right now we're yanking the transmission out of this thing. The carb is off of it because there's water in the fuel. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Whole lot of eating, but we're gonna fix all that and I will fucking be happy again. What we got right here is our Monster transmission. So I ordered this. This is a stage 3 kit from Monster. It's supposed to hold 750 horsepower. I got it in red because why not? Torque converter, fluid. We're ready to slap this thing in. We just got to get the old one out first. So hopefully she'll be running tonight. Voila! Old nasty girl is out, and we are ready for the new Monster Trans. We're going to swap over a couple small things, and we're actually going to put in some shifter linkage because I got a shifter, and I haven't told you about it yet, but I will when we get the transmission back in. What's up, guys? So this video is going to be confusing because there's been a lot of months in between when some of the clips were taken, and here's my explanation. So I got the truck up and running, which you'll see in this video, but I only got to drive it for a week, and then the transmission stopped working. No forward gears, no reverse gears. I was driving on my way to work the day I got it registered. The day after I got it registered, exactly 7 days after I got it moving under its own power for the first time, and the transmission died. What happened was I got a cheap front pump for the transmission, and it failed and took out the transmission behind it. So I was already looking at getting an upgraded transmission. I was thinking about rebuilding the one I had, but I thought there could have been something wrong with the case. So I went and I ordered a Stage 3 built 727. The company I ordered it through, high expectations, low outcome. So I ordered it, 8.5 weeks went by. I finally get my transmission. When I got my transmission, the torque converter was incorrect. So I had to fight with them on that a little bit. Finally got the correct torque converter in. What happened was they sent me a torque converter with a 23 spline input shaft, and I needed a 24. So I finally got the correct torque converter, put it in, and finally got it running and driving well. I've probably put about 150 to 200 miles on the truck, and I've been loving how it's been driving. And the main reason why I really haven't been able to do a video yet is, one, it's been really busy, and so I've been only been able to work on this, a few times, and it was mainly just trying to get out of the shop because it was stuck at the shop. But I wanted to make sure that it drove first. I wanted to make sure that it shifted good and it wasn't going to be another flop like the other transmission was. So I'll just give you guys a few updates on the truck and just kind of let you guys know what's been going on with the truck. So as you can see, we got her at the house. I've been driving it to and back and forth from work and all over the place here and there. It's been running really good, really strong. Not really crazy oil leaks or anything. The transmission shifts strong. It's been running pretty cool, but I had to put a colder thermostat in it because it did get a little hot. I drove it out to my parents' house, which is about a 15 to 18 mile drive, and right at the end of the drive it hit 230 degrees with the fan on, so I wanted to put a colder thermostat. I had a 195 in it. I put a 180 in it, and now it runs nice and cool. The only hottest it's ever gotten up to is 210, so truck's been running really good. You might wonder why there's a trash bag on my fuel cell. That is because my fuel lid started leaking water in, and I actually had to rebuild the carb. Well, not rebuild, but clean out the carb because water had gotten into the fuel, gotten in with the ethanol, and then it crystallized, and the entire carburetor was clogged up, wasn't letting any fuel in, so that was an issue with it not running. But if you do see, I have this shiny new thing. So this is a TCI Fastgate. I love this little shifter. It's been working really good. It is reverse lockout, forward motion. It can be used for 4-speed or 3-speed. You put in a bolt on the bottom to keep it from going down too far. Everything's been working pretty good. I actually just got a new battery for the truck because the battery in this thing is the one that I bought with it over a year ago, and it's just not quite holding a charge as good as it needs to. Other than that, the truck hasn't changed too much. It's been pretty the same so far, but like I said, running really good. I have been able to rip on it a little bit here and there, and I will definitely be getting some videos for you guys soon so you can hear it running and see it running and driving. But it's been really good. I got new taillights in it, except for this side does not work, so I ordered a new harness kit for this side. I'm gonna wire it in soon. I've got new mufflers on the truck, which it sounds amazing. They are 2-chamber mufflers. The bullets actually are right here, and they were honestly just too loud, and I didn't want to cause any issues with neighbors or anything. So the truck is missing a mirror because the mirror on it looked like crap, and I wanted to take it off. But other than that, the truck has been running really good. Still got the little rear end on it right now. Talking to a guy about a rear end. I'm also looking at a set of wheels because I'm going to have to change the wheels because the rear end that I'll be going with is an older model rear end, and it'll be changing the lug pattern from 5x5.5 to 5x4.5. So, but I will be able to keep the tires. I'm just trying to find a set of rims that are matching. because then I can update the front end to the older style spindles, and I can run the 5x4.5 in the front as well. I have been actually driving in the rain with the tires, and my wipers do not work, and that sucks. My wiper motor died. I have to order a new wiper motor, but so far the truck is running very nice. Haven't had too many complaints with it yet, other than the battery issue that I had. Oil pressure is good and strong. No noises from the engine bay except for a header leak and a little bit of a push rod tick. I believe my push rods are a little too short, so I'm gonna have to pull the valve covers off and put an adjustable push rod in to get the correct length. But other than that, the truck has been running really solid. I have an air cleaner on the truck now. Not many complaints with the truck as of right now. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with it right now. And as you'll see in this video, you know, a lot of emotional roller coasters went on. From it being no friend on the truck to it being running and driving was about a 4-month period. And I wish I could have gotten more on video, but I was, you know, when I got to certain points like the transmission dying and whatnot, I got mad because I was hoping it was going to last longer than exactly 7 days and maybe 45 miles. So that's where we're at with it right now. Still needs to be dialed in. I've got air fuel gauges that I need to have installed, and then I need to get the timing set. It's close, but it's not quite perfect. Needs tuning, but the truck's been running really good. I'm looking at lowering it soon in the back end to drop it to match more with the front end. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Just kind of been working with the times right now. It's getting busy, and then it's not, and then I've got a lot of stuff to do after work, and it's been really hard to try and get a video out for you guys, but I committed myself. I was like, I will finish this video so you guys can see what's going on with the truck, so you guys can finally know. But I will have a video coming up soon. Me and my buddy Andre will be doing a little photo shoot with the truck and his Camaro. And I will give you some drive-bys and whatnot, and y'all be able to see the truck running down the road. It's a beautiful sight. This thing sounds awesome cruising down the road. But yeah, so when I do get on it, I shifted under 5,000. I've only taken above 5,000 once. It's, you know, I've only gone full throttle like once or twice. I was able to hang with my good friend's F-150 with a 5.0 Coyote in it. I was able to hang with that without going full throttle. I was pretty impressed. This little truck scoots. It's not super fast, but it scoots a lot better than I thought it would. So, that's a nice full swing. So, you know, hopefully soon you guys will see this thing in action. It needs a posi. It's a one-wheel peeler right now, and I'm afraid of this rear end if I launch it too hard. My vacuum brakes are working. Everything seems to be working right now. You know, just buttoning up little stuff that's wrong with it. But I hope you guys are still following. I know it's been a while since I've put out a video. It's been too long, honestly, since I put out a video. So just kind of bear with me, guys. I hope you guys are, you know, being safe out there with all the stuff going on. You know, hope everyone's staying healthy. So hopefully soon you guys will see this, like I said, soon in action. And please keep watching. Please share, subscribe, comment, like. Would do me a lot. And thank you guys for kind of hanging with me. I know it's been a while since I've been able to get a video out, and I'm kind of mad at myself. But considering the circumstances, thank you for, you know, bearing it with me. But you guys stay safe. Peace out. Have a good one.